Grew up playing football, especially from being from Alabama. It was my first ever college football game, September 16th, first game of the year. And we were going over to play Rhode Island.
As a freshman, usually they don't go to away games and things, but he had worked his way up from like 4th string up to like 2nd string.
Later in the second quarter, I went over to hit a wide receiver to try to separate him from the ball on the sideline.
We saw the play and when he got injured, and I could tell as soon as he got hit that he just went completely limp. They said, it was a spinal cord injury. It was, they give you the level. It was a C3, C4. He had hardware put in from C2 to C6. They told us many times that his spinal cord was not severed. It was just bruised. But even when your spinal cord is bruised, it may or may not heal on its own.
Our workers' compensation team, managed care office, reached out to us directly and let us know of the details. I immediately called Marty, Ben's dad, and talked with him about the specifics. We were all in from the first time we heard about them. We could feel the love that was coming over the phone from Marty and Sherry, and that, we want to get Ben back to Harvard. It was really important to us.
I always wanted to finish up here and get my degree. Harvard's a pretty prestigious school, so I always wanted to finish what I started. Karen came up and it was just kind of like a perfect fit as soon as we got here, and she was super welcoming.
She's the only person I've ever had want the instructions of how to do range of motion. She wants, printed out things so she can practice at home. She talks to him and works on his level. We've appreciated her help immensely.
When I first started working with Sherry, it was because she's so used to being by herself. She was like, at first she was hesitant about me helping her, but she taught me so much about Ben's illness.
He had a nerve graft, which is somewhat functional. He has a diaphragmatic pacer, which stimulates the diaphragm. So he is breathing with the use of the diaphragm pacer. And we do range of motion twice a day, at least. We do stretches numerous times a day.
It feels really good since sitting in my chair all day is kind of, your body's not supposed to be sitting in one spot for too long. So it's really nice to do range of motion and keep everything stretched out and keep everything ready for when I'm healthy again. It's great to have a caregiver that you connect with and that you can joke around with. Sometimes it can get lonely when you're, by yourself for most of the time and you're not around your friends like you used to be. So it's good that you have a friend and your caregiver.
He likes to talk about sports. So he introduced me to sports, football. I knew nothing about football. All I knew was touchdown. We like to talk about what he does for school, and he inspires me because, he's going through so much and he still smiles. It just melts my heart when I look at him. It's like, he's such a beautiful child.
Every time she comes, she's always working hard and making sure I'm okay, making sure I have everything I need, and she remembers everything. So she remembers all my range of motion. She's always on top of it. She cares. That's like the most important thing. You can tell that she cares.
In May of 2025, Ben will be graduating from Harvard, which go back, a few years, that was the goal of getting him from Alabama back to Harvard. And Karen and Ben have already started talking about that special day, about Ben graduating, Karen being there and being extremely proud of everything he's accomplished.
My goal is for him to have strength, just to give him a little strength in his hand, his neck, so like the massage on his neck or his legs, or just when I do the range of motion, just for see him to wiggle his toes. I would love for that to happen.
I think that Karen is the epitome of what we look for in a home health aide. I think she exemplifies everything, excellence, reliability, all of the things. But she brings her heart to the table, and it's genuine.
To be successful in this job, you have to be patient, have love in your heart, empathy. When I take care of someone, I think about if this was my grandmother or if this was my grandfather, what would I have done for them? How I treat Ben is the way I would treat my son, if he was sick. I just feel like BAYADA sees something in me that I don't see in myself, and that makes me feel like really special. And it just, honestly, it makes me feel good within myself that I know I'm doing something positive for my clients. Never, never, never give up. That's just a saying I always tell all my clients, just never give up. And just stay strong in that faith.